Perfect. And then I'll have to share my screen. Where is it? There it is.
Good afternoon, good evening, guys.
Hello, hello. How are you?
Yep, I'm doing great.
Perfect. Okay. Without wasting another minute, I am going to start now. Strategy analysis, begin.
Let's do it.
As part of identifying and understanding an organization business rules, Dakota has created and plans to present a class diagram to business stakeholders to validate her findings. She received significant pushback from the stakeholders saying the model was too technical. What could Dakota create that might be more business friendly? Data model, concept model, a state diagram, or a PowerPoint presentation bulleting the business rules?
I'd like to propose that before we answer the question, let's talk about which task is this, because it narrows down the possibilities for the answers. So can we identify which task we're working on? She wants to validate her findings is what she's trying to do.
Analyze current state.
Okay.
I think
Everyone concur? It's analyze current state? If she were trying to validate the solution, it would be define future state. But she's trying to validate her findings, which is current state, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so what do we think the answer is?
as for me, maybe concept model, but I'm not sure. Basically, ABC are techniques. PowerPoint is not technique, right? So PowerPoint seems good just to bullet point business rules, but it's not technique.
No, it isn't. It isn't a technique.
Yep,
But
yep.
it asks for a technique?
No,
No, they are
just
saying
what to create.
what she can create.
Yeah. And it wants it to be business friendly, a data model, a concept model, and a state diagram. They are more technical. A concept model,
I
That's
would
not
go
a
with
text
state diagram.
okay.
But state diagram, this is not for the business rule. State diagram shows life cycle of the entity, for example, for HR processes. So how my order. So let's say internet order. So which statuses I will have for my internet order. But it's not a business rule as for me.
Okay. So she was going to present a class diagram. What would be more business friendly than a class diagram? You think it's a state diagram?
I think it's concept model.
Okay.
I think concept model.
Why do you like concept model better?
Because I think concept model is related more to the business side of things rather than the technical side.
Okay. Well, why don't we test it and learn?
Okay, I'll see what is the answer. Oh, it is concept diagram, concept model.
Concept model. So whenever the class diagram is too technical, and we need to capture large numbers and business rules. Very good.
Great.
Good start.
It's a great start.
It required the conversation though. So speaking up has value for us all.
Yeah, it has. Definitely. Okay, second question. As part of an initial strategy exercise, a business analyst was required to come up with a method to capture how an enterprise creates, delivers, and captures value for and from its customers. For the above scenario, please answer first question. Which technique would provide the required information? Glossary, business capability analysis, business model canvas, or SWOT analysis?
Business model canvas.
Okay. And why do you like it?
Because it is the one what demonstrate how they creates, delivers, and how they're doing business, their value propositions.
Okay.
I
Okay.
vote for the C2.
2 votes for C. I'll
Yeah.
check the answer. And you both are right. A business
job.
model canvas describes how an enterprise creates, delivers, and captures value. Wow. Sayed, I think you have read all the techniques for strategy analysis. You exactly said the same thing.
Very good.
Okay. According to Babcock, what is business analysis? A collection of pre-project or early project activities and approaches for capturing the necessary view of the business to provide context to requirements and functional design work for a given initiative and or for long-term planning. B, the process of eliciting, documenting, and managing requirements throughout the life cycle of a project. C, a set of stakeholder needs that are elicited, analyzed, structured, and specified for use in design or implementation of a solution. D, the practice of enabling change in an enterprise by defining needs and recommending solutions that deliver value to stakeholders.
We've got one
D
vote
as a dog. Oh, sorry.
and more votes for D.
Okay. That is right.
That is correct. Straight out of chapter 1.
Yeah. I wonder why chapter 1 question is here in strategy analysis. Wow.
It's chapter 1 and 2 are going to be scattered all through the rest of it.
Okay. Let's move forward. As a BA with some expertise in business process re-engineering, you would like to capture the current business process flows for business unit within the company before a software automation project is undertaken. But the sponsor says there is not enough time. How would you present your reasons? Business process engineering is a well-established technique for uncovering inefficiencies and advocating change within an organization. Documenting current process will ensure stakeholder groups have not been overlooked. Documenting current process will help uncover the steps in the current process that need to change before the software can deliver forecasted value. Process modeling now will most likely save rework in the future. Which one do you think is the answer?
According to the Babcock.
If I have to answer, I'll go with C.
I vote for C2.
Let's check it.
Oh, we are right. It really is a great start. Okay, next one. How would utilizing decision analysis in the development of a business case prove beneficial? Assist in estimating cost projections for the technology and new processes required to support the new solution. Compares the cost of implementing a solution against the benefits to be gained given identified risk. Used to assess potential risk that may impact the solution and the cost and benefits associated with it. The decision models included would prevent the team from having to recreate the wheel. Utilizing decision analysis. How will it be beneficial?
I think B as a boy.
Okay.
Yeah, I would go for B because it's the part of cost benefit analysis, I think.
Okay. Tia, do you have any other vote?
No, I'm sorry. I was getting in a message from work at the same time, so I didn't get that.
That's perfectly fine. I'll check the answer, no worries.
Check it. And of course, y'all are right.
We are
So well.
well done. Next, business analysts assist in planning the timing of implementation to ensure all parties understand the impact on the organization and to ensure minimal disruptions. Which of the following factors do not guide implementation? Project approach, training schedules, ability of organization to absorb the change, resource constraints. Planning the timing of implementation.
Maybe project approach.
Okay, and why do you think it is?
Because here question is all parties understand impact on organization and ensure minimal disruption, right? But if you're talking about project approach, we're saying more like iterative or I mean agile or waterfall, right? So I mean it's not like really impact this project approach. So the rest for me are more relevant.
We have a second vote?
I feel this is the one, ability of organization to absorb the change.
You think that that one does not guide implementation?
I think that does not guide the implementation.
I think if you're saying
I have
about
vote
impact
for
of the
B.
change, so some stakeholders can be resilient to the change. So I think for me personally, it's relevant, but of course I can be wrong.
Let's find out.
Okay, I'll check with A.
Oh no, my answer.
Oh no,
It's
you are right
correct.
now.
Oh wow.
Let's see what it says about C.
This is a stated factor in transition states and release planning.
So let's talk about that one for a minute. If an organization is planning on rolling out a new application and it has an updated UI and it's going to require training, the organization has to absorb the change by scheduling training and ensuring that the people know how to do that. That scheduling of the training may define when the implementation can happen. For instance, if we have it's customer service and we know that they're going to have a very heavy workload for the last month of the quarter, we can't schedule training then, so we can't until after that, so that we can't roll out implementation until after they go through training after their heavy workload. So that's one reason the organization's ability to absorb the change is a factor in implementation.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put it
Yeah,
back on
makes
A
sense.
since that's what y'all did check, and hit check answer again so you get the proper credit.
There we go.
And then we one.
Okay. Which of the following statements best describes a common test for assessing business objectives? Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bounded. Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time-bounded. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and testable. Specific, manageable, achievable, relevant, and time-bounded.
B as a boy. It's
How do you
smart.
like?
As for me, this is acronym for the SMART, right? And what I remember, B is correct one. Not testable, definitely not C, because we are not talking about user stories, right? So we are talking about business objectives. So B for me is the best one.
So B has realistic in it and A has relevant in it. So realistic is the correct word for R.
Oh, realistic. Oh yeah.
I'm not challenging you, I'm just asking.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah, I think it is
Yeah.
realistic, if I remember correctly.
I think
Let's
yeah,
test it.
because realistic, so it means like achievable, right?
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
So
Can
for
you
me,
actually do it? Let's test it.
Oh my God, it is relevant.
Oh.
So the The business objective has to be relevant to the problem.
Okay.
Okay.
But okay, so here's the deal. Every time you get a answer wrong, this is your opportunity to correct an understanding or to identify an area that you have to learn. You got this answer wrong in a practice test, which is exactly where you want to get an answer wrong if you have to. You don't want it to be on the actual test. So you got it wrong now. We all learned because you had the conversation. So thank you very much. The R is for relevant to the business objective.
Another thing, having this question or any question wrong in the test set and not in the real exam is we are discussing. And if that question or similar question come to the exam, then we will remember this conversation and we
Right.
will actually
Yeah.
choose the right answer.
And achievable is another third point in the option, right? So realistic and achievable, it's almost the same. So I just missed the
Right.
achievable. Yeah.
Yeah, achievable and realistic are kind of synonyms.
I'll remember it better now because we had the conversation. Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay, you are a BA working at large retailer and are reviewing the documentation for an order processing system to understand the current state before working on an enhancement. The enhancement will add a predictive inventory replenishment capability. An increasing problem at your company is that popular products are frequently out of stock. An important part of the existing documentation is the diagram below. Wow, it's a big one.
It's big. And we're going to have to look at it in pieces because we can't make the screen any larger. So it's a context diagram. So it's just going to show inputs and outputs.
Okay, so first question is, which techniques besides document analysis would you use to help you understand the context and need for the enhancement? Workshops, scope modeling, balance scorecard, data mining, root cause analysis, benchmarking, data flow diagrams, item tracking, risk analysis, business model canvas, decision analysis, SWOT analysis.
So we want the context and need for the change.
It's interesting.
It is.
What's the balance scorecard? Yes.
That's also one of the techniques in WebOc.
I think I remember I read recently it's for learning growth, customer, something like internal processes or just processes. We like rate each of them in score. As for me, I would say maybe A and B. I just doubt between two.
I would go for D
Why do you think D?
because we need to improve the process. So that we need to understand what are the current strengths, what are the current weaknesses.
So you like the SWOT analysis in D.
Yep.
I don't like B because of benchmarking. I don't think looking at other people's processes is going to help us understand what we're doing incorrectly or correctly necessarily. I think we ought to test D.
Okay, let's check it.
Ooh.
B is the right one.
B.
Oh.
Okay, so two of these techniques would help, but decision analysis will not help.
Oh yeah, I didn't like decision analysis there because we do not make decision yet. We just analyze current
That's
state.
right. So data mining, root cause analysis, and benchmarking. Oh, it is benchmarking. I am so sorry.
Very interesting.
Yeah, we are learning. Okay, second question. Let's see second question of this huge diagram. You have studied the diagram and have an idea which flow starts an order. Which flow in the diagram is most likely to start the process? Any of the flows could potentially start the process since a DFT is not sequentially oriented document. Order information, order of catalog request, a swim lane diagram would be needed to establish the starting point for an order.
So let's look at the diagram.
Starts with customer, order processing, accounting and warehouse, and inventory management system. Which flow? will
Yeah,
start?
but maybe not everything starts with the customer. So update of the stock should be regularly, even without the order, right? I
Mhm.
mean,
Product availability should be, I agree with you. I don't think we have enough information there to know where the flow could start because it's not, it
I
doesn't
think
have a
A.
single
A.
beginning.
I think A, yeah.
Okay, 2 votes for A. Yeah, you are saying that you need another diagram like swim lane diagram to establish the starting point.
Well, I think A and D both could be true, but which one would the Babcock say is true?
I think why I don't like D, because if he's saying about swim lane diagram, may have different triggers which start our flow, right? So that's why A I like more.
Okay.
But
Well, it's true. The swim lane diagram could be very, very granular, or it could be very, very high level. So it doesn't necessarily guarantee to give us the information we need. Let's test A.
Okay. And it is A.
And A is true. A
Wow.
DFD is not sequentially oriented.
Okay.
Very good. I like your logic.
Third question for this one. Which flow is in the diagram is most likely missing? Reduce inventory, shipping instructions, new customer information, credit card details. Let's see what we have in diagram.
I see shipping confirmation. Where's shipping instructions?
We don't have shipping instructions here.
But our question was about products on stock, right? Problem was products on stock, maybe reduce inventory then.
Okay, I have 2 votes
If you
now.
just show up, I mean, the question of the problem, statement of the problem. Out of stock.
Let's see, an increasing problem for your company's popular products are frequently out of stock. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
But does
So
it
let's-
say that it is actually because of problem of reduced inventory?
So we've got a tie on the answers. We need a third answer. Somebody give us another answer. What do you think? Break the vote, break the tie.
I think it will be reduced inventory because it's an issue of product frequently stocking out. They want to improve that process.
Let's check it.
Let's check. It is shipping instructions.
Oh, yeah.
reducing inventory is a function of an inventory system, not an order processing system. The inventory management system would take care of that.
That's true. This is the order processing system, not the inventory system.
Yeah, it is. I think we need the proper diagram for this inventory management system where it will say we are reducing the inventory as well.
Mhm.
Okay, let's move forward. Which of the following is not a term used to describe a stakeholder's risk attitude? Risk threshold, risk aversion, neutrality, risk seeking.
This word is not in the BABOK, is what it's asking you for.
I think it's neutrality.
Neutral.
All other options have risk in it.
Threshold. I think C.
Yeah, what do you think?
I think I heard somebody say D.
Okay. So 2 votes for C,
Or
1 for D.
I think risk seeking. I don't know. I think I saw it on the BABOK.
I think
Okay.
so. I think reading this somewhere in the book.
Yeah.
But don't trust me right now because I'm still in my retreat mode, you know.
You
Oh
haven't
my
come
God.
back yet.
I haven't come back yet.
Maybe threshold. No. Because I just don't like this threshold.
So let's check with C.
Okay, let's check with C then. It is threshold. Oh, Oksana, you are on a roll today.
Yep.
Threshold is a synonym for tolerance and is not used to describe stakeholders' risk attitude. 3 attitudes listed are risk aversion, neutrality, and risk seeking. Okay.
So BABOK does talk about a threshold, but that doesn't talk about it in the same way.
Okay, let's move forward. Rachel was just hired as a BA from an organization where she was instrumental in the identification and deployment of a particular customer relationship management system and has a strong relationship with the vendor. The new organization is facing similar challenges as a previous employer and has asked her to accept the role of a BA on an initiative to address those challenges. She respectfully declined the role. Why is that? She is concerned that this may represent a conflict of interest. She is concerned that her previous experience may result in a suboptimal recommendation. She would like to work on something new to assist in career development. She signed a non-compete agreement with her previous employer.
So the BABOK is very specific for this one. You got to know what the BABOK says, not what you think.
But it's not for strategy analysis, right? I think it's like induction or key concept, I think.
Yeah, it does look like from the first 2 chapters, not from the strategy analysis.
I don't understand this question. So she was hired recently and then declined the role because this role looked similar for the previous employer.
So she declined that project, actually, not the role on this one,
Okay,
because she has a strong
project.
relationship with the vendor.
I think I would go with B because she could be biased with due to her previous engagement with the vendor.
Okay. It's a good logic. Any other option? Or someone
What about
says B?
conflict of interest? No.
Okay,
But-
I have one for A, one for B.
No, I'm not voting. I'm just asking.
Okay.
We are the two ones that are talking. What are others doing? So anyone has different opinion.
Yeah, please, if anyone has different opinion, please tell us.
My vote is B.
Okay, now I have two votes for B.
Let's
Oksana,
check.
shall I lock your vote as A or are you
No,
going?
no, I think no, but let's check B.
Okay. And B is the right answer. Bias of the author of a business case is a stated limitation of the tool in the book.
But you've got to go back to the
Yes.
techniques chapter to the
Yeah.
business case.
It is actually
That's
related
something
to
new
strategy
for me.
analysis.
It is.
Yeah. Let's move forward. We need more questions like this. Thought-provoking. You have encountered a huge mental block in determining solution options for your project, and the project implementation date just got moved up. You need options and you need them fast. Which of the following will best help you? Focus group, brainstorming, interviews, benchmarking.
Maybe if you're talking about fast, then brainstorming.
Yeah, my vote is brainstorming too, because they say you need options and
And mental
brainstorming.
block. Yeah, and mental block. So
Yeah.
maybe brainstorming and unlock it.
I've seen a lot of questions that talk about needing answers fast, and the answer seems to always be brainstorming. That's the technique that's fast.
Okay, then
Provide
I'll check this
stakeholders
one.
fast.
And you're right here. You were actually stating the same thing, that creative ideas. Only this technique can produce it quickly.
It can produce it quickly. Produces options quickly. They're not all good options, but they're
Yeah.
options.
Their options. Which of the following are tasks within the strategy analysis knowledge area? Analyze current state, define future state, assess risk, define solution strategy. Define current state, define future state, assess risk, define change strategy. Define current state, define future state, analyze risk, define solution strategy. Analyze current state, define future state, assess risk, define change strategy.
B as a boy. No,
I
sorry.
would vote for
D.
C.
But solution strategy. I just thinking it's another chapter, solution strategy. No?
I think so. It's a different chapter. It's a different knowledge area.
I just not sure we have defined current state or analyzed current state. I just forgot it.
It is analyze current state.
So then maybe D, analyze current state. Because we define future state, but we have already current state, right?
So now I have two votes, one for C, one for D. Anyone is going to give me another option or a tiebreaker?
As for me, solution strategy in C is not used in this chapter. So we have solution when we analyze requirements. So that's why I vote for D.
Okay, I'll check with D because I am going to be the tiebreaker and I think it is D.
Okay.
And this is right. These are the 4 tasks in strategy analysis. How would a SWOT analysis be beneficial to the business case? Provides a vendor assessment for the purchasing or outsourcing of the solution to ensure the right vendor is selected. Establishes key metrics to ensure the project performance goals are being met. Provide side-by-side comparison of the various change strategies. Forecast the size of the investment required to deploy and operate the proposed solution.
Maybe C, because I don't know, vendor assessment, it's vendor assessment, it's not SWOT analysis, which is a key metrics, not good for me, and forecast, it's like more financial analysis, not SWOT.
I would also vote for C because you assess the risks when you change strategies.
Okay, I'll check the C. And you both are right. SWOT outlines strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats. As such, it could be used to support a decision regarding a change strategy. Kathy is a new BA who asked you to review a business case she developed before she submits it for review and approval. The business case outlines a compelling change strategy and contains rigorous financial feasibility analysis for the recommended strategy. For the above scenario, please answer question 1 of 2 below. You provide Kathy feedback that while her recommendation is compelling, something critical is missing. What is it? Financial analysis of other change strategies, an implementation plan to prove feasibility, opportunity cost related to other change strategies, evaluation criteria for the recommended strategy. To me, all 4 options looks like legit options.
But she has done the financial analysis.
He's done the financial analysis for the change, but what about for no change?
She has done the analysis for the recommended strategy, not for the other strategies.
Maybe B as a boy, because we are saying financial feasibility analysis, but we don't have implementation plan to prove this feasibility. But all good seems for me good, honestly.
All options looks good to me as well.
Or A. A is also good for just for the other strategies, right? We see not only one strategy, right?
But I would go
Okay.
for C.
Why do you say C, Sayed?
Because when we want to change, we always want to count the opportunity costs related to it.
Yeah, I think it's C as well.
Thea, do you have any thoughts?
I like A.
Okay,
I think the opportunity costs are included in the financial analysis.
good. Let's check A. Wow, it
Yes.
is A.
Yeah.
Yep.
Each strategy should include.
Notice that these answers very often will one answer will cite an element and then another answer will cite a thing that holds that element. And you have to think about what is inside the other ones. And okay, if I've never said this to y'all, these questions are harder than what's actually on the test. So if you feel like these are beating you up, don't get discouraged because it's easier on the test than these questions. Also, sometimes these questions want you to have a very specific answers, and then other times they want you to have but this is the general answer that covers everything. And it's like, so which one do you want? I get frustrated personally, but you just keep working with it until you get it as Babocky as you can get it. That's a new term one of my friends came up with. It's more Babocky. You know, it's not what we do in real life. It's Babocky.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's sometimes we hate about the tests.
I got confused because a question asked recommended strategy. So I got confused. So if it is recommended strategy, then we have all like we decided already that this is recommended strategy. So that's why I got confused with the answers.
I
Yeah.
understand. James has joined us. He was having challenges, but he's here now.
Hi,
Good evening,
James.
James.
Hey guys, how's everyone?
Yep, it's going
Yeah.
great.
It's going great today. I can see that we have answered 16 questions and only 4 are wrong.
Brilliant.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're doing
Let's
very,
move
very well.
forward. Okay, for the same question, for the same scenario, another question is, what rationale do you give Kathy for the criticality of the missing information? Stakeholders need to understand what benefits they are deferring to other change strategies. Stakeholders need to understand options considered and rejected to support their decision-making process. Stakeholders need to believe the recommended strategy is doable or feasible given their resource constraints. She has to provide evidence that she is thought through how the recommended strategy will be evaluated once deployed.
So this requires us to have gone back to the business case technique and understand it.
I'll have to choose. I'll go with B on this one
Why do you like B?
because that's more Babocky.
I love it.
Yeah, I know.
I think these options really connect to the previous options, right? And I would say maybe A or B too, because we selected A, right? We just need to like link the next answer.
Another reason I am saying B is because we are in the last question we said that the financial analysis is missing for the other strategies, and only the recommended strategy was in the business case. Now, why do we need those financial analysis? So stakeholders need to stakeholder can understand that why those that all the options has been considered and why the recommended strategy has been suggested.
James, do you have any thoughts?
For me, A, then if you're saying other strategies from previous question, for me, then A seems better.
Okay. So yeah, Thea, James,
Let's see.
what do you guys suggest? Which should be the answer on this one?
Or B. I just doubt between A and B.
I doubt between B and C.
It's
I
good
think
to
we
see.
check A and see what all the answers are.
Okay, I'm hearing A a lot more, so I'll check with A. It is B.
Okay, so
What fun.
this is true, but only part of the financial analysis related to the other
To
change
other
strategies.
change strategies.
Please also choose C, and let's check the answer, and D and check the answer.
Okay, C is wrong because Kathy has included a feasibility analysis per the scenario.
Okay, and D?
And D. Again, this may be true, but the absence of evaluation criteria is pure speculation given the information in the scenario.
Okay, so let's go back and choose A again and check the answer and we can move on.
Let's move on. Sam's recommendation was unanimously approved by the steering team. What really sold decision makers were the forecasted benefits of the future state he modeled with incredible detail. How will Sam utilize that forecasted potential value in the business analysis process? Sam will ensure that all the requirements and designs support the delivery of forecasted benefits. Sam assessed and reported the potential value in order to drive consensus among decision makers. Since consensus was reached, the primary purpose of the forecasted benefits has been fulfilled. Sam will define metrics and key performance indicators from which to measure solution performance once the future state is implemented. Sam will ensure that the requirements and designs meet quality standards and are usable for the purpose they serve.
Okay, I want to say that to me, B seems dishonest. Since consensus will reach, it's like we don't have to do it and we can ignore it now. And that's not what we do as business analysts. So I'd like to eliminate B.
Yeah, so we can rule out B. Now from A, C, D.
I really like C because he's
Yeah, me too.
he's modeled the future state, and from that should come the metrics. It's like we say we're going to have an improvement of 5%. The metric should be improvement of 5%.
Yeah, I agree too.
Yeah, and it is connected to, I think, output of the future state is potential value, or output of change strategy is potential value. And then after potential value, we just need really somehow to measure. So I like C2.
Okay, let's check C. Oh, it is A.
Ooh.
Okay,
Well,
my
let's
C is
see.
incorrect. Solution performance does not necessarily equate to business value. A high-performing solution may not deliver the value that was forecasted.
Oh,
Okay, that's a good learning.
It is a good learning. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. Okay, let's move forward. An organization seeks to increase employee satisfaction within next year. What is this an example of? Potential value, business goal, business
Potential value.
business requirement. Wow, you were really quick, Saeed, on this one. Increase employee satisfaction. I have one vote for A. I think it is B, business goal.
but potential value, I'm just thinking,
Why do you think, Saeed, it is potential value?
Because he's trying to improve the satisfaction, because satisfaction is a value that the company can provide to the employees.
I think it's C.
but
think it's
isn't
just a
potential
subjective-
value something that we will achieve with the change? I think C or B, because objectives should be measurable, and but we don't have how much we want to improve this satisfaction. So maybe B then.
Okay. Let's check it with B.
Check it. And you're
That's
right.
right. A business
I
goal
do
is a
get
statement.
Objectives and business goals confused. So you're right.
Can we check C? What is saying for the C?
Let's check what does it say. This is not specific enough to be considered an objective as it is not specific. Remember SMART?
Smart, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So goals are SMART. I will remember that.
No, objectives are SMART.
No, other way around. Go back and look at that answer. Objectives are not SMART. It's not specific enough, but goals are SMART. According to the BABOK.
Yeah.
I just thought that the goal is something high level, and then we do some like breakdown with small objects which should be smart. I thought like this.
I think
so
in this case, the meaning of this is more like your company has a value. You know, we want to give the best customer service possible in every situation. That's a great value, but it's not specific. So how are we going to do that? Those would be the goals. So you've got your objective, and then underneath that, breaking it down to be specific, exactly what you're aiming for are the goals, is the way I'm trying to think of it.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Let's move on. Jasmine has gained consensus on business requirements for a new initiative. What did those business requirements include? The problem, opportunity, assumptions, and constraints that have been defined through analyzing the current state. The problem, opportunity, or constraint that has been defined through analyzing the current state. The problem, opportunity, and high-level desired business outcomes that have been defined through analyzing the current state. Problem or opportunity that has been defined through analyzing the current state. Business requirement,
I
consensus
did
on.
not see, because I do not remember desired business outcomes anywhere.
So you are
Not
saying
C. No,
B.
not C. I
Okay.
think we can eliminate C.
Eliminate C. Okay.
I think it can be B.
I like
because
A.
do
Okay,
we
so I
include
have one vote for
assumptions?
B and one vote for A.
Do we include assumptions in the business requirement?
Good
Very good
question.
question.
I'm not sure that requirements have to include assumptions, because like requirements should have some result, and the assumptions it's something like discussion, you know, the problem.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Okay. So I'm hearing B. Let's check this one. And B is the right one. These are included in business requirements.
Okay, assumption is not there. Good to know.
We have 5 minutes. We need to speed up if we're going to make it all the way through to 25.
Yes. Business analysts analyze the enterprise to assess its capacity to make the change and to sustain the change in the future state. What is this element called? Enterprise readiness assessment, enterprise capacity assessment, organizational readiness assessment, or organizational capacity assessment?
It has to be readiness, but confused which one.
A.
I think they're talking about enterprise. So shouldn't it be enterprise readiness?
Yeah, I would go for A.
Yeah, I think A too.
Okay, let's check it out. And A it is.
Good job.
Let's move. The business analyst has completed the identification and definition of why a change to a system is required. The business analyst has also identified new capabilities that the current system cannot perform and are required by the enterprise to achieve the business need. Risks have been identified and assessed. What is business analyst's next step? Determine architectural gaps, determine business process gaps, determine change strategy, or determine the organizational impact. I think this is the third task in strategy analysis, assess risk, and after this, it is define change strategy.
Nice, change strategy.
Yeah.
Yep, I think it's change strategy.
Okay, we are right. Mara works on projects using an adaptive approach and writes user stories to help the delivery team understand the requirements. Recently, she was asked to work on a project using a more predictive approach. A colleague told her that she no longer would be writing user stories since they are not used on more predictive approach projects. For the above scenario, please answer question 1 of 2 below. Tamara, however, thought that user stories would be helpful with which of the following tasks? Analyze performance measures, specify and model requirements, analyze current state, perform gap analysis.
C, analyze
Repeat
current
this.
state because it is only task relevant for this knowledge area.
Okay, fair enough. It is actually B.
Oh no,
About to say B.
what people do on need to do on this one.
Because in the modeling, we
I just got
use the
confused with
details of
them.
user
Yeah.
stories.
Okay, let's see what is the second question for this scenario. Specifically, what would user stories help the team thoroughly define and understand? Acceptance criteria, prioritize functional requirements, risk assessment, non-functional requirements.
Acceptance criteria.
Acceptance criteria, yeah.
Okay. And you both are right. Last one. Lydia is a BA working in a financial institution. The organization has not had success implementing commercial software. Every time a package has been bought, it seems to cause more trouble than it's worth, with customization requirements, trouble with interfaces, etc. Lydia is torn between recommending a commercial software package and building the software. What technique or tool will best help her with this analysis? Business capability analysis, decision model, decision tree, or a business case?
I would go for decision tree because you need to break down the problems into different segments
Okay.
to find the root cause analysis.
Did I hear A as well? Someone said A as well.
I think A is the answer.
Okay, so I have 2 votes, one for A, one for C.
I think C, decision tree.
Okay,
Let's
I'll
check.
check. It is
Yep.
correct. Everyone will have an opinion in this scenario. Cool. Let's submit our exam. Wow, we are 72%. Yay!
72% is thought to be good enough to pass, and you need to pass every single knowledge area. I have a friend that she had passed all the knowledge areas except 2. She didn't pass the test. So you
Which
got
of
to
the
be
2?
sure you got to know your knowledge areas. Which are
of the 2 she
2?
missed?
I think it's chapter 6 and chapter 8. She had trouble
Oh, these
with.
are the toughest ones.
Yes,
Yeah.
they typically are. And here's the deal. She might have missed them by one problem. One question was wrong in each of them, but she didn't pass the test because of it. So you need to be sure you make good scores on every single knowledge area. Do you want to talk about what we're going to do in 1 week?
Yes. So as you guys know or might not know that IIBA Ireland chapter runs lean coffee sessions every month. And those are open-ended discussion. But this month we are planning to do a technique, and Thea is going to present RACI metrics in that one. It is next Thursday at same time, 6 o'clock, British Standard Time. So if you want to learn more about RACI technique, I'm really excited.
I'm
So
pretty much
please join.
excited too.
Yeah, please join us.
Let me tell you, whenever I wrote the RACI, the RACI in the techniques chapter, they gave us they didn't let us do very much. It's very, very, very brief. You don't have an example of what it looks like. And if you look at that and you go online, you're going to see a whole lot of different RACI matrices because people have added things because it's not sufficient. Over the years, in the 10 years since then, and in my 30 years of being a business analyst and project manager, I've added my own columns and I have very good reasons why. So what I want to do is I want to bring to you what I have and why I use it. And then we're going to do a practice and we're going to create our own RACI and we're going to walk through it. And I'm going to show you exactly why I did it this way. And here's the cool thing. It brings accountability so that you don't have to say, but you said, or we have different ideas of what we agreed to in the meeting. You know exactly what you agreed to in the meeting. And it's a RACI at a meeting level, not at a project level. So come and be prepared to learn and participate, but also you're going to be able to take it back and immediately start using it for your meetings to be sure that you know what was decided and what tasks are going to be done and exactly how they're going to be delivered, when they're going to be delivered, why they're going to be delivered, who they're going to be delivered by, etc. So come next week and we're going to go through that and I look forward to seeing you there.
Is it Thursday? Yeah.
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday, coming Thursday.
Same link.
Yes.
No, I'll be sharing the, no, it's a different link. So I'll be sharing the post on the LinkedIn on IIB Ireland chapter. If you follow that,
Yep.
you can check the IIB Ireland website, the events page. Sorry, Ada, your voice is breaking.
So it's going to be on the Ireland events page and you'll be able to get a link there.
Yeah, it will check out the events page. The link is there already.
Perfect.
Perfect.
I will see y'all then. And if you have other techniques that you want us to cover, let me know. I'll create a presentation for it if I don't already have one, and we can cover those. And I want to be sure that you participate so that you can really get hands-on understanding of how to use it, what it's good for, and if it has any limitations.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. Because Thea, you may know that I have asked a question regarding how to handle multiple stakeholders.
It's a really good way to do it. What I like about this is it kind of brings peace. You eliminate the people having different understandings of what happened in the meeting. You eliminate the people having different understandings of what they agreed to and when they're supposed to be delivering it. It eliminates all that.
Yep, could not agree more.
Okay, and please invite other people to join. This is beneficial to anybody that joins, but they've got to join, right? So let other people know it's going to happen.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm currently on the Ireland chapter on LinkedIn. I didn't see any link there.
So what I'll do is I will share the events page and IIBA Ireland chapter LinkedIn page link with the email of content of CBAP. Would that be great for you guys? Then you have it handy. And for next session of CBAP, we will discuss another knowledge area, which is RADD, Requirements Analysis and Design Definition, if I'm not wrong.
Is it chapter 7?
I think so, it is. I'll
I
share
gotta
all
go.
the details on the email anyway.
Thanks
Thank you
for your
all.
time, Thea.
Thank you so much for
Bye.
joining in. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.